coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Jets defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it. Now both of them are in sync.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run with ETN. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The Patriots are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Looking to throw, May. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's May. He'll get this off to ETN. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
3rd and 5. Here's May. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Hall again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now you look at this Patriots defense. Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Here is 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the defense closes quickly there. And he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll throw with May. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
They've given him some different looks here defensively. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air, May. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Give to Hall running right. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hall want to give up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Marquise Brown, 30 yards. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing here is May. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
No gain on the play there. Second down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot. And
what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to run.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a third and long here following the sack. Wilson from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Take it at the 37. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This 2nd and 4. On play action, May. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Thornton, the motion man right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. There's Wilson to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing is Wilson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Hall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll throw now on the final play. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
2nd and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 39. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This will be caught once again by Brown.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. To throw is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 39 yards. And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Straight ahead, Etienne. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jets' 45-yard line. Here we go.
Back to throw here. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Looking to throw. May. Escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw, it's May. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's May. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll go again with Hall. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A give running right is Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Wilson. Flushed out right. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the 1st down on 3rd down.
Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back to the ground with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Hall again. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Here we go.
Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of...
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. David Njoku from 3 yards out. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for New England. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Here we go, Shaq. Go.
To the air, May. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Let's go.
And they go play action with May. And he's going to go down again. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Ready.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Go. Trap 60. Trap 60.
They'll throw with May. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third and 9 here. Here's a give to Hall. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.